good show. I'm excited.
Is that rigged?
Supercross is crazy. Oh, it was wild.
Yo.
What
Howdy,
up?
people.
What up?
Look at this. Who's
I'm
this?
still alive, barely.
He's
Hang
still
on.
alive. What
Barely
a
hanging
sight.
on. It's a sight to see,
How's
dude.
it going, everybody? Yeah, Chase is out of town. Not out of town. He's just at home, actually. Anything but out of town. Congratulations to him and his wife. They just had a fresh baby boy this morning.
Baby number 2.
Yep.
That's a game
Maverick.
changer.
Is that the game changer?
The biggest difference is it's going from 1 to 2.
Wow. He'll never
So,
be the same as what you're
After
saying?
that, it's just a slide. You're all good.
So, yeah, who else to replace him with? The OG, the actual SXpert Christian. So,
I'm still around.
welcome back.
Yep. Hey, hello to everybody, dude. I'm getting a little bit of love.
They're loving it. People are loving it. What a good, another just classic. I'm loving this season. I really am.
I am too.
Great competition. We're having great heats, great mains. It just, this is some of the best racing we've had in a long time. And championship points are fairly tight. Like everybody's, let's see, Tomac's only got 4 points over Webb and Sexton both. So really it's anybody's game. So,
Dude, not only that, the fantasy points, everything seems close right now. All the groups I'm in.
that's what we were just talking about. We're fairly close for the first time, I think, ever.
I felt like I'm leading the whole thing. I'm doing so good, and
You're at
still beating me by
181.
5 points.
Yeah, that's appropriate. No, it's having a ton of fun. Yeah, let us know what you guys are at in the chat. Maybe we should just hop straight into that with our player leaderboards. Give a shout out to our group leaders. We were just saying one of our Rocky Mountain Zone. Let's see, what's Oldham's name? You sucker.
He's got something clever in there.
He really does.
He's doing good.
Yeah, shout out to, if your name's up here, please let us know in the chat. You guys are, I still just don't know how it's possible. Yeah, there you are, Jared, leading our own RMFantasy SXperts group with 267 points.
Breaking the algorithm on character length,
No
too.
kidding.
The longest name out there, dude. That's crazy. I have 181.
And we're pumped. I'm at
And I'm
185, I
pumped.
think, 186.
Yeah, these guys are killing it.
Our overall, 342, with Kaylee's got 342. That is hard to believe.
That's what stands out to me. Girl leading the overall.
Yes, sir.
Girl leading the weekly winners. Even second place overall, we got Stacy Lay.
Yep. And they'll keep it that way, too. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, I'm
The
just saying.
girlfriends, the wives, they just...
Yep, don't ask us.
Yeah.
Consult with your wives for the picks.
Shout out to the weekly winners, too. We got Claire Fox winning that $500 7-gear spending spree. Speaking of prizes, let's just hop into what we've got for this week. This week's current weekly prizes. Can we get that up there? Levi, Cheruby's coming in with a whopping $750 spending spree, almost $1,000
I
from
mean,
these
you're going to
guys.
set the whole family up with that.
Yeah, that is awesome. So that's a weekly prize. Fly coming in clutch in second place with their Formula CC. Third place from Magura, hydraulic clutch and a bleed kit. Awesome. Bridgestone set of Battlecross tires there in fourth. Fifth place, we got Matrix Concepts coming in with a bike stand and a gas can. They're setting you up. Slacker Digital Sag Scale, you need that if you are a rider. LS2 coming in seventh with their Subverter Evo. Eighth place, our own RM gear bag. That's what I'm rocking. I absolutely love it. And those things need an air freshener, I'll tell you much. Any gear bag needs an air freshener. So you got 25 in there, eighth place. Works Connection in ninth with their start device. And, Torque with their don't forget, 11th through 100, we're always giving RM gift cards. So, yeah, and even more reasons to play. Here you go.
Then, like always, grand prizes are huge. KTM podium. First place on the end of the season is going to get a KTM 450 SXF race prepped. Then second place, KTM 250 SX, bringing 2 strokes back. Then new this year, the KTM SX E5. A lot of people have been telling me they're pumped on that. It'd be cool to get the kids.
Who wouldn't be? Did you see what I saw when you were walking back here? They're here.
Oh, we got a few in.
The bikes are here.
Oh, nice.
And they are clean.
I like
so
them,
they will
dude.
be race prepped and ready for our winners.
Well, that's what they're racing in the stadium too, right?
Yeah, I'm
So-
pretty sure they're on those E5s.
You're
Levi
hitting
even
the
pointed out,
lives.
he's like, even if you're an adult, that's a wheelie machine.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, that E5 is going to be fun. So,
I agree, dude.
heck yeah.
Well, let's go over the results. How
Yes,
did
sir.
we do? How did you do?
I let qualifying get the best of me.
You jumped on.
I did jump on with a second ahead of the field. It's hard not to, and but I'm eating my words. So Tomac, as you guys know, ended up coming home with the win with some style. We did have some good racing though. Sexton did give him a run for his money
I was sweating it.
with the second. Anderson was riding great. One of his best rides this year, without a doubt. Got his first heat race win, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And then AP, that was a ride. I mean, every weekend he's been having some he's been showing some speed, but
doing good.
I mean, he put Webb up in a corner.
All I know is everyone's yelling about their picks when you're watching the race. Move him, move up. I need this, I need that. Once AP gets up in the top 5, even in a second, the picks are out the window.
We'll see that.
You just want AP up there.
No
Who
kidding.
cares
Yep.
about fantasy points?
No, we're just rooting for the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was explaining to you, I am failing at getting our graphic for Joey and our wild card, so
Poor Joey.
we're making do today, but good for him.
Yeah, he
getting in that top 10.
I got him in the wild card.
Did you?
Who did you have?
I had no. Chase had Savachi. I was rocking with AC, and last second changed it to Craig.
I had AP for the wild card.
Yep, Levi ate that one.
I got
the only
stats
one.
on that, on how many people picked AP for the wild card. A lot more than 4th, I'll tell you that.
I'm glad he's proven us wrong, though. Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah, nobody's mad about that.
no, for sure, like you were saying.
But, yeah, good racing.
Definitely.
I did all right. So I stuck with Tomac. My wife still had Sexton, so it was a divided house. But
The average was high. Should we get into some?
yeah, tell
some
them how the players
stats?
did.
Heck yeah. So the average score, like I was just saying, 52, highest this season. I mean, I'd be curious. Did you look into like how high that is overall? What's our highest average? I'm curious, but that's got to be up there. Highest average score this season for sure. We had one perfect score. How would that be to hold that title?
I wouldn't know.
Neither would I. One perfect score, 3.77% had at least 4 picks correct. That's impressive. That's a good chunk of the player base. 4 picks correct is no joke. 15 with at least 3, which again, no joke. That's a serious amount of points as well. 43.86 had at least 2, so almost half.
Yeah, that's a good week.
That is crazy.
Well, what we say, when Tomac wins, points go up.
And it's hard if you're not getting 1 pick correct. I don't know what to tell you at this point, right?
You just hang in there, dude. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, it is. Almost 13% had Savachi in that correct wild card spot, and I'm pissed at myself for wavering.
Dude, he'd taken 10th like 3 times in a row, I think. And if Ferrandis wouldn't have went down, he would have taken 10th again.
Yeah, fair enough.
Kind of got the wild card.
Got the people their points for sure.
But look at Tomac, dude. 49% picked him to win. That's down from 70 the round before. So
and
I didn't think he would go down that much. But qualifying got a lot of people to switch over to Sexton,
including me. It's not happening again.
40% had Sexton to win. 37 had him in second. Webb's most picked position was third with 32%. 12 had him in fifth, where he got. 27 had Anderson in third, and his most picked position was fourth. So he's really in the third, fourth range with the players. This one kind of surprised me. Only 1% had Roxon to win. Which he's been doing good.
He was, but unfortunately, I think we saw a little bit of. He had speed, and maybe it's just the field so stacked. But we saw a little bit of old Roxon this weekend. We have a clip that kind of.
Just
shows that.
1%.
I know
it seems weird.
I'm eating my words a little bit. I don't know if you saw Chase and I had a little debate going on who's going to get their first win, either Anderson or Roxon, and. I got to hop on the Anderson train.
I thought you guys were crazy.
Sure.
I just shut my mouth. I think
you thought
Anderson
we were both crazy.
Well.
Oh, okay.
I think Anderson's going to get it first.
I was definitely psycho.
Barsha, though, only picked in the top 5 by 13%. Mostly picked in fifth, so he's barely getting into the top 5 picks.
I believe he finished in 6th. So, yeah, he
was close.
It's hard for me to get Barsha in that top 5.
And then 20% had Craig in the wild card. Yep. Crazy. AP, dude, Plessinger, surprising everyone. 14% had him in the wild card spot in 9th place. Then he takes 4th, where only 0.42% had him there. So, actually, he was only in 2% of the players' top 5 picks in any position.
Any position at all.
So, really big surprise. That's why we need to talk to the girl who won this week to put AP in there. You know, it was a hard pick.
Yeah.
I'm not against it, but
she manifested it.
It paid off big time. What'd you think about Cooper, though, dude?
Solid ride. Solid ride from Cooper for sure. He was one of the guys who got the better of Roxon right at the end. So, yeah, to see Roxon doing as well as he has, and then to have Cooper go out on his rookie ride and and pass him straight up like that. I was impressed,
dude.
I'm sure he slept good. There's no way
guaranteed.
There's no way that he could be disappointed with a first ride like that. It was just the weekend of rookies, the 250s especially. We all know plenty of rookies, and that was fun racing to watch as well.
Deegan surprised me.
He
looked clean, dude.
Yeah, no,
looked good.
From his futures ride, which you can't fault. Futures races, they're so short, they're so chaotic. That was not a proper debut, and he did it right this weekend.
Yeah, I think
really impressed us all. So
also though, Anstie surprised me, dude.
Props to
Killed it.
Anstie. He's
Second
got
place.
some serious speed.
I have never seen anyone that happy. Ever in my life.
Good for him. Anstie's he's a great guy.
Yeah, his interviews are money.
He's an awesome man. Had the pleasure of working with him a little bit, and was definitely pumped to see him up top.
For sure.
Topped qualifying, and then came home with the second in the main. It's awesome. Well then,
you got us some highlights.
Yeah,
dude?
we should just hop into some highlights here. Deegan may be able to get on the podium this year. Absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Don't doubt that at all. So I think the first highlight we got to run into is, well, not us run into, Shock running into
Cody Shock.
the wall. I'm sure we all saw this. I don't know how he was standing afterwards.
That could have ended so much worse.
It definitely could have. I wish we had a better angle to see the actual impact. Glad to see he's okay.
Dude, that's what I was saying. It reminded me of the old Roadrunner cartoons where they paint the tunnel on the wall.
Maybe somebody did.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's only funny, though, because he's okay.
Because he's okay. I
That's
mean,
the only
obviously, with someone like Ferrandis,
that's not funny.
It sucks to see anybody go down, period, but to see him with a neck brace on and stuff, it really just puts a pit in your stomach.
Yeah, red flag, never good.
Nope. Which we've had, that's at least the second one, right? We had one in 250s. Yeah, whether it's – I'm glad to see them doing it, whether or not it's actually, for lack of a better word, justified. I just want them to, play it safe and get them off the track properly. So,
well, everybody wants to be the armchair quarterback and be like, oh, they should have done it here. They shouldn't have done it here. In my mind, I have no question. They're doing what they think is best at the moment. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Safety first.
Don't add to it. Just trust them to do their job, and they do a good job.
Should we take a look at this lap chart?
Sure.
Oh,
yeah. Let's get the lap chart up there. I didn't see anything from Ferrandis though. Is on his Instagram. I don't know. There's no updates yet on his current.
It sounded like a concussion.
Yeah, that's
Just
very
concussion.
least.
Dude, look at No Control. He says that wasn't even like a whiskey throttle. That was like a moonshine throttle.
Moonshine throttle. I love that term. There we go.
But what stands out here, dude? Craig,
the flat line
start to me.
Flat line up top does stand. But
that's
Craig,
impressive.
like I said, he got my hopes up. Last second, after I had high hopes after his heat, I think Craig got 6th, so that was his best heat race finish. And then as soon as we saw timing, I saw that Craig was all the way in the back, and he got my hopes up. He made some moves, got all the way up to 11th. So
he was
his
your wild
best
card,
ride.
right?
He was my wild card.
Okay.
And he had 2 more spots. Cooper made some good passes late in the race as well. But that flat line from Tomac, that's always good to see.
Dude, same with AP. Not getting passed by the big dogs in there.
Oh, he wasn't getting bullied, that's for sure.
He was doing a little bit of bullying on Tomac, which I loved.
Even in the main, wasn't it? Yeah, he was giving him a run for his money in the main.
Dude, he
loved wants it. And you know what? He very well could get it this year.
It could be just me, but every time I see him battling, I just picture him screaming yeehaw. Like the whole time, dude.
Are you screaming yeehaw? I think
in my head I'm screaming it in his voice.
They're in Texas. I'm sure there's a couple.
But
heck yeah.
AC though, I saw on that lap chart not looking good on the fading action.
Yeah. I mean, and
I'm
he has no
getting worried
excuses.
about
He didn't have a bladder full, that's for sure.
No,
we got that clip.
He dropped some weight
tweet
before the race.
Oh my, that was funny. He did let us all know. He got fined $1,000 peeing behind the porta potty. Hey, you gotta go. You gotta go. I wish I had that kind of money.
That happened to someone else. I think last year, or the year before too.
I think it was Mookie.
Yeah, it was.
It was Mookie.
I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I don't blame him at all.
Just let it go, like Dumb and Dumber style on the motorcycle and ride out, or what?
I just found it funny. He owned it, got ahead of it, like you said.
He lost weight in the bladder and wallet.
Well, let's get back into our highlights. Anderson, like we were mentioning, really stood out this weekend. And this wasn't his first time bullying Webb, but he's just, I love to see some clean, aggressive riding like that, just a little, rubbing elbows a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
No. You know what I like? Just a clean round from him. It seemed like everything was starting to slip away, dude. Like his mental, his riding. Like, I hope somebody just sat him down, centered him, refocused him, and it looked like they did because he looks a lot better now than how he started the season.
I mean, it very well could have been Tomac having his rough weekend too. He's like, it's not over. I don't know.
He's not that far back.
No, he really is not.
So
a lot of them
was
aren't.
Good. But you got Plessinger going ham. Hall's in the whoops.
Oh my.
This is one of them yeehaw moments.
So let's see. Webb got passed in just about the same spot from both of them. Oh, yeah, he comes into this corner hot.
Just guns it.
And then it's just noticeably faster.
Yeah, like you can't tell me
he doesn't care where he's at. He's like, you want to bump elbows, let's bump elbows. He's like, I'm going for this heat race win.
And it doesn't bother him at all.
No.
That was awesome.
It's so cool to see.
450 Heat 2 start.
Heat 2. So, and I think you can hear Ricky and Daniel, they did point out the same thing with, obviously Tomac wasn't too phased from Anaheim. He's still pulling great starts, which is good to see. So, rips his heat, whole shot. But Sexton put the quick end of that. This was...
Dude, I was stressed about my picks after this.
So who did you have to win?
Tomac.
You did, okay.
And I'm thinking, why? Every sign said to pick Sexton this round. Why didn't I do it? But I made the rule after round 1, pick Tomac to win no matter what until something crazy happens.
You're going to have a pretty good average, I imagine, if you just pick Tomac every single weekend. There's no way he doesn't just keep on reeling them in. But the Honda boys really they looked so good in the whoops all night long.
I did like to see Sexton battling him, though, and sticking it to him. I like that.
I did have to – the thought did cross my mind. It was Tomac somewhat – I'm not going to say he let him by, but did he want to – was he, like, curious, where is Sexton making this time?
It worked out.
Yeah.
If that's what he did.
Part of me thinks that Tomac wasn't like, okay, I don't need to win this heat. What I need to do is figure out where I'm losing time. Best way to do that is to – because he didn't put up too much of a fight.
I mean, we can get into it in the main even with them.
Yeah,
in my opinion, Tomac beat him with experience. Because all day, all night, Sexton was faster. But as that track changed, as you got 15, 20 minutes deep, Tomac could adapt. Tomac could try something different and make it work, where Sexton was like, this has been fast for me all day.
Why isn't my line working anymore?
I stick with it, and that's what –
I totally agree.
I think that's what
especially with that sand, and we'll see that.
What about Anderson in that sand section?
Oh, about losing it? Yeah, I think he just barely saves it. Anderson's the king of just holding on. That sand section was eating everybody alive. That was
love the
deep,
sand
and I do too.
I know they don't like them, but I love them.
Oh no, it makes it interesting. And I really think that might have been the deciding factor for that main event win. The fact that Sexton wouldn't switch it up.
Dude, the only thing he was missing here was the jersey should have been flapping in the wind right there, dude. And we would have had the old Anderson back.
That's a very good point. I wanted to give a shout out to our boy Moranz, who called in a couple weeks ago, holding on to that last transfer spot, and we saw that he got his career best, 14th in the main event. But just continue with the sand. He's just paddling. That's rough. And I've been in that with racing. Like, there's no technique out the window. He's just holding on. This is the last lap of the LCQ. Technique is gone. Oh, and here we got
plenty went on in the last lap of the LCQ.
Let's get that clip of Chiz. Chiz. I mean, he had no other choice, right?
No, you got to go for it.
He's just going for it. And it started here when he goes tough block surfing. He's just surfing down the backside of those tough blocks and then comes into this next corner.
Dude, is he like the only rider running the neck brace?
I'd be curious to see that. And he just runs Norin in.
And here come the kickstart jokes, of course.
They've been funny. Oh, A-Ray, just a classic. Wink. They've been funny, but they haven't been, I mean, it's like whatever. Kickstart hasn't really made any difference, but this, it did. I actually think, if he had an E-start, he has much higher chance of getting that thing going, rolling over the finish, and still qualifying, which is a bummer.
I think they even said it, too, how John Short was like 7th going into the last corner, and then he's in the main.
And he's qualifying.
I mean, that's why you never give up, dude.
Never give up.
But, yeah, big ups to Moranz, dude. Gets a new transmission. Thanks to everybody who donated to him out there. That was sweet.
Pumped to see that happen.
I like when we get those privateer, kind of back-of-the-pack type dudes that are still rippers on the bike. We get them calling in. People get to know them. And then next thing you know, I got people talking to me like, did you see Moranz win? And stuff like that. So it's cool. Give them a little attention.
It's awesome. And in a season like this where now they're going to be heading back to Oakland in a couple weeks, these poor 450 privateers are just all over the map. So they need all the help they can get. So props to him. Speaking of, let's get to the rookies with it's Vial, right?
Yeah, dude,
Tom Vial.
I was struggling pronouncing it.
Yeah, I forget.
Vial.
But in the 250 main passes Hunter straight up. And
I like it.
I swear, I think our next clip is this scrub. And I've got some awards to hand out once we get done with these clips, some Dundies, if you will. But Vial, I swear Red Bull's just having these GP guys come over. They're saying just get a good start and throw a nasty scrub. Because guess what he does? He just throws it down. I guess it wasn't this lap. We'll see. Oh, yeah.
Sick.
I'm looking at the wrong recap. And Hunter, props to him for
I don't know how you saved that.
For saving that. Yeah, we need to see this again. This was just nasty, filthy. Do you remember when Barsha did this to Dungey? I think that's literally
too.
The exact same thing. And Hunter's luckily hung on.
I got nothing against Lawrence boys. They're just
class acts.
I'm a sucker for like a long shot, like the underdog. That's the only reason I'm pushing for these type of dudes. I want to see if I don't want to see someone run away with it like that.
No, I agree. But it's hard not to just enjoy the Lawrence brothers doing so well. They definitely deserve it without a doubt. And I mean, I used to have a hard time seeing somebody just be so dominant, but I've grown to just appreciate it's paying off. So
I think Ricky even said during the broadcast when they asked him about Tomac passing his wins, and he's like, "Why would I get mad about that?" He's like, "I'm watching him do something that's great." Yeah. He's like, "In 20 years from now, I'm going to be talking about how I watched him dominate right now. So why would I care about it?"
Absolutely right.
So
back to 250s, our boy Deegan. Man, this was. Oh, it's hard to see at first, but this is just proof that training and the strength that Deegan has to hold on to this, because your average guy that gets put into that scenario is front flipping off that jump. But it was just crazy. I'm glad he held on.
I'm a big fan of the whole Deegan thing, dude. Their whole story is awesome. You got Haley racing. And to me, dude, every time you see them, they are like smiling. It's not fake at all. Oh, yeah. Like they are just so happy of everything going on.
They have a giant fan base, but they don't push them away. They welcome them. I've heard only great things about them.
That's why I like them. I don't know. It could be just me. They seem like they keep it real to me, and that's why I'm a big fan of them. So
no, I'm happy to see so many rookies. Our quote unquote hometown boy Hymus had a great ride too. I've grown up riding and racing against him, and he had a great weekend too. Let's get into this 450 main though. Tomac still came out swinging.
Did you catch this crash into the tunnel jump on the right?
I don't think I did.
Look at this. Boom.
Ooh, right into the face. That caused a funnel.
Yeah, who was that, and did he get run over, or what the heck was going on there?
Let's let this play a few times. What were your thoughts on this start? Because from the track map, going straight into this tunnel jump in the hard 90 was concerned.
Yeah.
And it did seem to be a little different.
That's a sharp turn, dude.
It's super sharp. But just even the start was so short and just a little awkward because it was completely flat. Yeah.
Well, everyone was blowing out the corner. Yeah. Every start, it seemed like.
And they were using all the real estate they had.
Comments were saying that was Craig that spilled right there.
Was it? Okay, so that's why he had to climb back.
Okay. But, I don't know. They got to switch it up, so I can respect that they're just not, having the same exact track every single weekend, same exact start. But, yeah, Tomac pulled a great start. And, honestly, do you think let's show Ferrandis' crash, just if anybody missed it. It was they didn't cover it perfect, but that's not the point. But, yeah, he just happened to twist his neck up there in the top right. It's so scary. I hate to see anybody doing that.
Yeah, not good.
It really is the scariest part of our sport.
That might have been why Kenny was far back, too, because he clipped his rear wheel pretty good.
Maybe.
Yeah, hate to see that. But that's the cause of the red flag. And do you think that overall had – obviously it didn't affect the results. Tomac was still in first, but do you think it maybe affect Sexton, giving him an advantage? Because Sexton did end up coming and giving him a little bit of a run for his money.
It seemed like, I don't know, maybe not a lot, but a little. Because he was reeling in Tomac and on him.
Yep.
And then after that, the red flag, it didn't seem like he put on that much pressure.
Sure.
I don't know.
He got back to his rear wheel, which we'll see. Yeah, let's see the restart. We'll really just see Anderson wasting no time. But Sexton, yeah, we'll see when they get into the sand section. I feel like that was mainly just that, like you were mentioning, the experience, inability to switch up his lines.
That's what I think it was. Because Sexton, no doubt, was faster in my mind. I mean, he was catching him the whole track and then the sand section. Catching him the whole lap and then the sand section.
And it's just, yeah, I was yelling at the TV. Why is he not switching his lines? Like you
what
can
were
see,
you yelling?
I wanted him to pass him. I
Was
wanted
it
him to take
PG
the
or
outside.
what?
Oh yeah, it was PG. I was just yelling outside. But yeah, I couldn't believe that he wasn't trying something.
I think he just, like I said, experience-wise, that was what he did all day, and it always worked, and he just stuck to it. So
no worries. Okay, a couple clips not pulling up, and that is just fine. Do we have any others? Do we have some of the sand section? Yeah, let's get what we were just talking about. Ooh, this is where he really started to make moves. So this is after the restart. Gets past AP, no problem. And like we were mentioning, do you have his whoop pass on Anderson? No doubt was Sexton the fastest in the whoops.
Oh, yeah.
Just
And those whoops are gnarly, dude.
He's already 2 bike lengths.
And that's Jason Anderson. That ain't.
Yep. Anderson usually fares well through whoops.
I'm like, even though Tomac won, I'm starting to, because I think Sexton's he's gonna know. I think I was on Blair's breakdown, or I don't know, maybe one of the Supercross live videos after the race and all that. He was out in the sand section with his team, like
Sexton was?
Yeah, they were out there walking through the sand section, figuring out what happened. They even went and interviewed him about it.
Really?
And he was showing them, this is where I should have went. This is where I kept going, and so he's gonna clean it up. In my mind. He's going to beat Tomac straight up this year, I think, in a round or two.
I was a little worried that we were just seeing past Supercross Sexton, but he's starting to look more and more like the outdoor Sexton versus Tomac that we just saw. So I do agree. I think Sexton will get him.
I still picked him to win the championship this year.
Really?
At the end of last season, I'm still sticking to it, dude.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I've been pitched that question yet. I don't have an answer yet, but
because as dominant as Tomac's been, I mean, he's still right there, dude. I pulled up some stats. Did you get that versus on
the head-to-head?
Yeah, the head-to-head on Tomac and Sexton.
Because they really are the two to be talking about. Anderson will get in the mix, but yeah, it's really just these guys. So their average start per main event gate drop's tied.
Triple Crown mains included.
Okay. So every gate drop. And Sexton has the upper hand with the finishes.
Yep. I mean, he has a better average finish per main, unless, you go to the overall per round. Tomac's winning.
So really, that is just Tomac's 3 first place and then a 6th, right? Okay.
And then look at the laps led, dude.
Yep. Wow. And his qualifying, obviously, he's just been dominating qualifying.
And then you look at even the average finish per main event. What is there? They're 2.83 and 3.5. Well, Webb's a 3.7. Anderson's 4.3. Roxon's 4.3. If anything, Tomac cannot let up. At all,
no
dude.
Kidding.
Like, they are really close, and one mistake, you got 5 guys that are right there
just
on
ready to
you.
bite.
So
that's for sure.
that red plate is heavy, dude. And if there's just the only rider I would trust to have it in this close of a battle is Tomac.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
We'll see what happens, dude.
Let's get that. If we didn't see the sand section between these two, just to get a visual of what we're talking about, Levi. I don't know if it was this one, but this was the lappers. Lappers almost caused it again. It feels like if Tomac is going to lose the lead in the main event, it's because of lappers when Webb got close to him. And
who was that, Starling?
I think this was Starling.
He was not letting him by.
No. And I think Moranz even was in the line at some point too. But it's so hard because, you have to have sympathy for him. Like Moranz is fighting for his career best.
Yeah.
So it's just the balance there, the pressure. That's got to be so hard to handle.
Well, you have a game plan until you get out there.
Yep.
And then, it's hard to
all through the
keep
window.
on track of everything that's going on.
I don't blame him at all.
I don't blame him, no. But I did think that was going to cost me my pick.
I'm sure Twitter would have been on fire after if he hadn't gotten out of the way. Obviously, Tomac went on to win. I did want to point out one more clip with Cooper passing Roczen, just because I know we've had some, including me, had quite a bit of faith in Roczen and even pitted him to get his first main event win before Anderson. But it just, and this is a gnarly sand section like we've said time and time again, but it just didn't seem like there was any fight like to right at the end there try and close off the line on Cooper. Maybe, I know Roczen's smarter than he is. He wants to be safe, but I don't know.
It's like we always say, if you're picking Roczen in the top 5 to win any of that, you got to bank on him getting a good start.
Absolutely.
Because he's not going to charge through the pack.
Nope.
His weakest part of his game is late in those races, and I think this was kind of that. Plus, Jay Coop just brought the gold back to the U.S. I'm on that train right now.
I'm excited to keep seeing him ride for sure. Speaking of, so we've got Tampa this weekend. Then we'll be heading back to our little West Coast, which I wanted to bring up. We're not going to be doing any ticket giveaways for the next couple weeks, just given that Oakland, we've already given them away. So it will be a couple more weeks before we get some ticket giveaways going again.
Oh, somebody said thanks for giving the tickets to us in here, too.
Oh, for sure.
You're welcome to do that.
Yeah, if you're a winner, let us know.
But, dude, I have a question for you. That's 3 straight 11th overalls for Craig. Do you panic now, or is that where he's going to be?
Does Craig panic?
Like, in your opinion, is that where he's just going to be now, or is
I could see him getting past.
What's the
AC
ceiling here?
In Savachi, I think probably 8th or 9th.
Okay.
I could see an 8th or 9th place. He's definitely going to break the top 10.
Okay.
I could see that happening. Like, he's had so many changes this year. Obviously, I can't think of any more contrasting bikes than that Star Yamaha and the Husky. Like, he's got to be just sifting through settings, or had to be. It seems like he's getting a little bit more comfortable. But without that crash against the tunnel jump, I think he would have had a top 10 this weekend with his 6th place heat race finish. So
I just needed to give me some hope, dude.
Some hope?
I'm wanting him to do better, and that's what I'm wondering. Is this it? Or
well, let me just.
I mean, that's with no Ferrandis, no Stewart, no Marv.
Yeah, 3 guys who would definitely probably.
You're still taking 11. I want to see him do better. Not I need someone to give me a little hope there.
Maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but with a wild card in 14th. I mean, is that what you're saying? Is Craig could be?
No, not 14th.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to hit that.
Fair enough.
There was some notables, dude, in Houston. Riders that had their best finish of the season and worst finish of the season, just to see kind of how we trended here. Best finishes on the season was AP in 4th. Starling had his best. Savachi had his best. McElrath, Wilson, Moranz, Clayson, and John Short all had their best finishes in Houston of the season.
Wow.
And then the worst, I mean, this is an ugly list. You got AC took 10th. Roczen 8th, Nichols 13th. That's where you might be getting close into a wild card.
Yep.
Webb 5th, and Justin Hill 20th. So it's kind of, I don't know what you take from that, but it was kind of a trend to me that all the top guys kind of had bad race there, really.
Had a bad week.
Except for AP, and Savachi did good. And then Dean Wilson, dude, have you been seeing what he's doing in the pits? He's been taking these Dean Wilson security shirts. And early on in the pits, if I was going to one of these upcoming races, if you're a big dude, he says he's just looking for a big dude in there. He's pulling you into his pit area, giving you this Dean Wilson security shirt, and you're just working security for him.
That makes more sense. Okay, I did see the clip, and it made me think. I was like, is he really hiring security? Okay, that makes much more sense. I did see him post that.
I think I saw it on his tube.
His YouTube. That's awesome.
He was talking about there's too many haters out here.
I need some security.
I'm going to hire up some security. So any of the big boys out there, you need to get into the races early.
That's what I love so much about Wilson is he's just makes light of everything. Because, and we brought it up when we had him call in. He's had some people just dog on him when it's unnecessary. And to make light of it like that and go get some security, that's awesome to see.
There's the thing I'll never forget is when we had a player, I think his name's Isaac, was having a hard time, heart surgery and all that, and he was all happy because Dean Wilson got him his wild card, and we put in one call to O'Neill. Next thing you know, within minutes, dude.
Done.
Wilson had him a signed jersey, a video, and dude, I'll be a fan of the guy the rest of my life now because of
Absolutely.
stuff like that. So.
Absolutely.
And he's just entertaining. And dude, the Dean Wilson security was just killing me.
Keep it going.
Oh, what's up, Dr. JB?
Dr. JB, yeah, he
Coming
missed
in.
you. He missed you for sure.
But
Lots of guys mentioned that Kenny just had a bad week with the bike, which very well, if Roxon's not comfortable, he's just going to have a terrible race night, and that very well could be it, and he could bounce back. They did change coasts, and the tracks were very different, so maybe he's got to find some new settings.
I don't think we're into like the typical Kenny decline yet. I don't think so.
Like struggling for top tens.
It's just how, how once we get like halfway through the season, he really starts to. I don't think we're there yet.
No.
I think this was just kind of a fluky round.
Fingers
He'd
crossed.
been doing good every round, better every round until this one. So
I sure hope so. Sure hope so. Let's give those Dundies away. You got that graphic? Let's give our recap awards. Hoping to make this a new segment on Mondays. Just we'll see the different titles we got up here. Levi's got to do a little bit of digging, but AP
you giving away awards
to I think I've got Crash Queen.
every round.
Every round.
Okay.
So our go-getter goes to Aaron Plessinger without a doubt. Like that, he surprised us all. Best whip / scrub. This was hard because Anderson on his heat race got nasty.
But he's known for it to come out first race doing that. Pretty impressive.
Tom just put it in Hunter's nose, and yeah, he was scrubbing hard. And of course, the Crash Queen had to go to Cody Shock. So,
dude, that needs to be on a shirt.
Let's keep that up. Join our Discord if you haven't, and vote for who you think will win after Tampa, who deserves those titles. Hoping to keep that a trend.
I like the trophy. Whoever built that up.
Hey, that's your
good.
boy. Learn from the best.
I like that.
Heck yeah. Anyway.
Okay, dude. Heading to Tampa this week.
Tampa, sticking on that East Coast. And then, like I said, those poor 450 privateers heading all the way back to Oakland the week after. But just to reiterate with our weekly prizes this week, shout out to a Jeremy. $750 spending spree. Fly with their CC helmet in second. Third, Magura clutch bleed kit. Set of Battlecross tires from Bridgestone in fourth. Matrix Concepts hooking us up in fifth. Motul Slacker Digital Sag Scale in sixth. Know plenty of people that run and love that. It's just you can't mess it up. Seventh place, LS2 with their Subverter Evo. Eighth, we got our Rocky Mountain gear bag. That thing will last you a long time, I promise.
So we need to pull that early. Them things sell
Oh,
out.
they do. Yeah, I'm lucky to have one myself.
Those are hard to come by sometimes.
Yes, sir. Start device from Works Connection, so you can be like Tomac. Never thought I'd say that. Be like Tomac, pulling hole shots repeatedly.
He had it in him the whole time, dude.
He sure did. And brake and clutch levers with some lock-on grips from Torque One. And like I said, maybe we got to put some teasers together as the builds come along for these race prep KTMs because the bikes are here. They're in the building. It's getting more and more real. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for playing. I would still say even now it's not too late to get started, really.
No, it's not.
So if you haven't already, get your family and friends involved. And, let's just keep on. Hopefully we can trend up. Christian, we're close.
Sign-ups are huge.
Yep.
I think we're getting close to 120,000 already.
Wow.
So
that's awesome to see.
But I see it every week. There's people that sign up that week, win a weekly prize. So don't think it's too late. If you want prizes, I suggest you get your girlfriend, wife to sign up as well.
Yep.
She's going to have a better
Make
chance
your
than
picks.
you.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, we don't have any memes this week, but thanks to there were a few sent in, but we're going to keep stashing those until Thursday.
Dude, that was dying on the ones this week.
They're incredible. I absolutely love them. So for all those taking part in that, please continue to do so. We'll be sharing a bunch of those on Thursday. So thanks for tuning in. Anything else, Christian?
No, we'll have some killer stats on Thursday, dude, to help out.
Yep. Yeah, Christian will be back Thursday. Chase will be out a little bit longer. It's good to have you back.
I love digging into the stats.
Definitely. We need it. So thanks, guys. We'll see you Thursday.